All right, soccer fans, let's get set for this under-18 boys Ontario Futsal Cup final match between North Toronto Nitro Screen and Futsal Club Toronto. North Toronto Nitro Screen will kick us off, as standing over top the ball is Juan Pablo Delgadillo. Their captain stands right alongside him, Tadia Vukas. Starting keepers in this match for North Toronto Nitro Screen, it's Patricio Heppelman, and for Futsal Club Toronto, Ali Gambarov. As you're tuned in to the 2020 Ontario Winter Games, and we're underway in the Ontario Futsal Cup Finals in the watching live today, and it's North Toronto Nitro between he and Tito, number 7, as a strong play on the ball, and Nitros try win it back. It's played out of play, and the team in green will have possession here. Played in short to Tito as he now plays it over to Macarone. Back to Tito. The two continue to exchange possession as it's played over to the far wing. Touched in towards Vukas. He tries to turn goal bound, but it's knocked out for a corner. And we'll see what Nitros can make of this. It's played over to the captain, Vukas. Back to Tito. Head up, he looks for an option. Macarone tries to go. Futsal Club Toronto up the far wing, trying to pick out Galati, but that pass with that gets blocked as Mella had the strike attempt, and now it's collected by the keeper, Hempelman. Played ahead to Tito from Pablo Hempelman as Nitro Screen try to get something going here. Pablo Hempelman plays it out wide to Macarone. Picks out Tito. He's got space. Plays it back to Macarone. Oh, what a goal! Beautiful touch passing, and it's finished off by the captain, Tadia Vukas, and North Toronto Nitro Screen take a 1-0 lead early in this match. Precision passing, a man left unmarked in front, and it's a goal for Vukas and North Toronto Nitro Screen. Brilliant start as they look to capitalize once again. Hempelman touches the ball into the corner, and then it's struck wide of the goal, out for a goal kick. So a correction, it's, I believe that Futsal Club Toronto actually have Bernardino in goal right now. We'll keep an eye on that, though, as they try to build out. It's a giveaway. Vukas takes it, tries to work his way goal bound, but it's picked off. Pass intended for Mella, but that's intercepted. Here goes Tito. He tries to feed it back to Vukas, and that's knocked out of play. Quick substitution as Quintanilla checks into the game for Futsal Club Toronto. Pereira controls the ball as he plays it over to Hempelman. Pablo Hempelman tried to pick out Tito, making the run. Now they find him right in front, and he finishes it off! A turn and shot, and it's in the back of the goal. And North Toronto Nitro Screen take a 2-0 lead. Christian Tito Cuxa makes it 2-0 as he's on the ball once again for Nitros. This time it is collected by the keeper Bernardino as Vukas tries to work his way up the flank, but that's knocked out of touch. Ball played back to Hempelman, checking his options, lays it off to Tito. Back to Hempelman, patient in their approach as they look for an option in Vukas. Hempelman tries to keep the ball in touch and does so, very nice. And then it's played off of Mella. Check that, it's actually off of Galati and out for a quick touch as they try to work it back near side for Hempelman. He takes possession, and now it's controlled by Sinsoon. Sinsoon has it stripped away from him. Tito plays it out wide to Pablo Hempelman. Tries to work up the flank, but that's knocked out of touch by Matteo Galati. Played into Tito. Tries to work it goal bound. Vukas gets hauled down. Nothing doing. And here goes Futsal Club Toronto in transition, led by Sinsoon. He tried to play it over to Mela, but that's knocked out. And Futsal Club Toronto will have possession. Played in. Controlled by Galati. Near touch to Quintanilla. Far flank where it's controlled by Mela, where he goes back to the keeper Bernardino. Tries to play the long ball ahead to Sinsoon, but it'll be shielded out of touch, and it's North Toronto Nitro Screen possession. Substitution sees Shrimpton come into the game for Hempelman as Tito carries the ball out of his defensive third. Makes the pass over to Pereira, back to Tito. Quickly, Pereira tries to work the far flank, nothing doing. So again, patient in their build-up. A miscue there by Tito, and unable to take advantage of it was Quintanilla. But here goes Sinsoon. He gets tackled and doesn't like the call here, but Sinsoon is going to earn himself and his team a free kick. So nice transition play by Xavier Sinsoon as Tito slid in for the tackle and gets called for the foul. Standing over top the ball for Futsal Club Toronto is Matteo Galati. Sinsoon at the far post as Galati strikes right on target, and a good save by Patricio Hempelman. Shrimpton can't hold possession. Sinsoon, left-footed strike right on, and another solid save there by Hempelman as he tries to slow things down here. Oh, miscue there by Pereira. The ball out of touch, and Quintanilla quickly plays it into Galati. Galati over to the far flank for Mela. Tries to feather one through. Sinsoon plays it off on the one touch to Quintanilla, who in turn goes back to Mela. Sinsoon. Galati tried to spring Quintanilla, but Tito did well to defend that. They try work it in front, and that's knocked down, and it will be controlled by the keeper, Patricio Hempelman. He plays it out to Shrimpton. Shrimpton in turn touches it ahead to the captain, Vukas, who already has one goal here today. Vukas takes the ball back. Feathers tries to get it back to Pereira, but that's off a defender and then collected by the keeper, Bernardino. Ball played along the near flank as Mela tries to work his way up the sideline. He's defended by Shrimpton. As he plays it ahead, Pereira tries to retain possession. It's out, and it'll be ball for Futsal Club Toronto. Played up the line as Sinsoon taking on Tito. Tito on the back. Sinsoon shielding the ball. Does well to turn past him. He gets clipped. He wants a card. Nothing doing yet. Or we'll see. The referee reaches towards his pocket, but and he does produce the yellow card after the second foul in quick succession to Tito. So we'll see if Sinsoon can continue to cause issues for the defensive back for North Toronto Nitro Screen, who has one of the two goals here today, which has staked them out to a 2-0 lead. Matteo Galati over top the ball for the free kick. Sinsoon providing the screen in front of Hempelman. Galati plays it over wide to Mela. Mela tries to work it, plays it back to Galati. Left-footed strike, and that's out for a goal kick. Quickly played as North Toronto Nitro Screen have possession, and they'll have to retake the throw-in as Hempelman plays it out, and it's intercepted. Mela takes a shot. That gets blocked by Tito, and then Macarone, who came back into the match, makes a play. He gets clipped, and that'll be a free kick for North Toronto Nitro Screen, as committing the foul was Aaron Mela. Substitution sees Ethan Thorogood come into the match for the first time. He has the ball, makes the play to Macarone. He's got a man on his back in Mela. Mela strips it away from him, but Thorogood there to back up his teammate, and then Mela touches it out of play. 14:38 remaining. As an infraction from the play-in, too far off the line, and we'll get a touch in here for, it's actually Schiller who plays it in, as he's 72, not 12. He's got a bit of tape there on the jersey, as there's number 12, Mela, who tries to touch it in, but that's out, and it'll be possession to Hempelman and North Toronto Nitros. He plays that one out. Macarone, the intended target. He's defended closely by Galati. Controlled by Shrimpton, but they call it a handball, and it'll be possession to Futsal Club Toronto. Mella tries to rainbow one over to Sinsoon. He does well to win it back from Thorogood, and then sells the foul against Pereira, who did step in late, and Pereira's going to earn himself a talking to from the referee. Aaron Mella stands over top the ball. Movement from Schiller, but he plays it back to Galati. Mella. Galati with an option in Sinsoon, who goes for the back heel, but that was well out of the range of Galati, and it's out for a North Toronto Nitro screen possession. They play it in quickly. Thorogood, Pereira, the two exchange possession as Pereira now plays it back to Hempelman. Thorogood. Galati on him. Touched by Pereira. Thorogood plays it up the line, but it's off of Macarone and out for a Futsal Club Toronto touch. Galati, he runs out of real estate, commits the turnover as Thorogood takes the ball up for the team in green. Thorogood has it stripped away by Sinsoon, but it's out of touch. And North Toronto Nitro screen, leading 2-0, have possession. It's played into Pereira, shot right on, and he powers it past the keeper. Bernardino maybe should have done better on that one, but a goal for Noah Pereira makes it 3-0 North Toronto Nitro screen. We get a timeout on the floor after that last goal, and we'll see how Futsal Club Toronto react coming out of the break. So the teams get set to take the floor once again with North Toronto Nitros leading 3-0 with 13:33 remaining here in the first half, as the last goal coming off the right foot of Noah Pereira. Again, maybe one that the keeper Bernardino would like to have back as he got a healthy piece of it, but as he was falling backwards, he could just helplessly watch it fall into the goal. Well, Futsal Club Toronto try rebound. Galati can't sell the foul, and it's controlled now by Thorogood. Thorogood plays it up the line. Vukas, he tries to draw it back. Vukas opened the scoring in this match as he plays it back to Thorogood. Vukas, Thorogood. An option in the keeper, and he uses Hempelman. Pressure coming from Galati as he gets a piece on the clearance, and it's going to be possession to Futsal Club Toronto. So they'll have the play from the corner, and it's Schiller who stands over top the ball. He plays it back to Galati, left-footed strike on the one time. It's essentially a giveaway as Hempelman plays it up to Vukas. Breakaway, tries to dribble around the keeper. There's a redeeming save from Bernardino as he does well to come off the line, take the ball away, and then Vukas gets it right back on the turnover and just missed on that dipping left-footed strike. Hugo Rodriguez, the coach for Futsal Club Toronto, not content. He gets a player ready to come into this match as Galati brings it up the line. He gets clipped, and yes, that's a foul and a free kick coming up as Marko Milanovic protests this call, but no question about it. Matteo Galati got stepped into, and a good call there by the officials as we get a couple substitutions for Futsal Club Toronto. Coming into the match is Andreas Aldao and also Sebastian Moschetta, as Moschetta stands over top the ball for the play-in with 12:36 remaining in the half. Ball played up to Sinsoon. Moschetta takes it with his right foot. Tries to bring it back to Sinsoon. Pulls to his right, now plays in the corner for Schiller, and then they draw it back to Aldao. Aldao in turn goes to the keeper, Bernardino. He plays the long ball ahead to Sinsoon. Macarone defends. Sinsoon tries to open something up and waits for an option. Moschetta presents himself and receives the ball. Plays it back to Aldao, who in turn goes to Moschetta. All the way back again to Maldao. Plays ahead for Sinsoon. Macarone on his back. Nothing doing there. North Toronto Nitro screen. Bench protesting for a diving, a simulation yellow, but nothing doing there either way. As Macarone passes it near side to Thorogood. It's a heated environment right now, even with this team up 3-0. Marko Milanovic not content. And I can see why with Schiller taking a great strike. And how about that save from Hempelman? That's a goal-saving stop on the break from Max Schiller. Schiller plays it back. The one-time attempt from Aldao, high in the air, collected by Hempelman. He bowls it out for his brother. Pablo Hempelman beats the keeper but can't direct it on target, as coming off the line was Bernardino to challenge. End-to-end action here as Sinsoon receives the pass, takes it with his left foot, strike right on, a bit of a rebound, but it's quickly collected by Hempelman. Pablo Hempelman makes the pass over to Vukas. Tries the strike. That's blocked by Schiller. And out for a North Toronto Nitro screen touch with 11-11 remaining here in the half. How about the pace over the last few moments? As Thorogood plays it over to Macarone. Back to Thorogood. Into the match for the first time for Futsal Club Toronto, Vincent Chokuma. As how about that strike from Pablo Hempelman? And he makes it 4-0. Oh, he was left all alone on the right flank. He took the space provided and beats the keeper. And North Toronto Nitro screen have 4 different goal scorers leading here 4-0. Aldao. Schiller. The North Toronto Nitros Red Club, who were defeated by this green team in the semis, cheering their sister team on, their brothers in action, as they are appreciating this 4-0 lead as you're tuned in to the 2020 Ontario Winter Games and the Ontario Futsal Cup Finals, as Tito holds the ball for North Toronto Nitro screen. Thorogood plays it back to Tito. Chokuma shields Tito as he receives the pass from Thorogood. Ball out of touch, and that'll be a play-in for Futsal Club Toronto as Aldao commits the infraction on the touch-in, and it's turned over, and then we get the same call by the near side official, so it'll go right back to Futsal Club Toronto and Aldao. Andreas Aldao looking for an option from the kick-in. Goes back to the keeper, Bernardino, who plays ahead for Chokuma. Vincent Chokuma tries to work out of a couple of defenders, and it's Thorogood who now plays it back to Hempelman. Quickly back to Thorogood. He gets closed down by Schiller. Over to Pablo Hempelman. He gets the ball right back, tries to feed it to Tito, but that's broken up. Hempelman gets it back from his right foot, trying to find an option. Picks out Tito as they start to slow it down with Thorogood. Back to Tito. He mistouches that one, and it'll be controlled by Chokuma as he'll just shield that out for a touch-in. Aaron Mella getting set to come back into the match for Futsal Club Toronto as the ball possessed by Thorogood. He tries to pick out Hempelman, finds him, thought about the left-footed strike, now lets it fly, but that was blocked well by Chokuma. Vukas, he gets hauled down, and that'll be a free kick for North Toronto Nitro screen, and the player committing the foul, Schiller, pulls himself off for the change. Coming into the match now is Aaron Mella and Matteo Galati. Galati replacing Moschetta as the ball just gets away from Pablo Hempelman, and it's out for a Futsal Club Toronto touch. They play it in. Ahead to Chokuma. He tries to shield it from the duo of Thorogood and Hempelman, but it's Hempelman who comes away with it, plays it out. And again, Futsal Club Toronto will have the touch-in from the sideline. Mella, Galati, looking for an option up the floor. Chokuma in the middle of the pitch. Now he receives the pass as he plays it back to Mella. Chokuma tries to turn away from the challenge, finds Aldao, as Andreas Aldao lays it off to Galati. Chokuma, back to Galati. Aldao, shielded. Tito comes up with a turnover as Galati was a little flat-footed there. Tries to play it through the air towards Hempelman, but that's then picked off by Galati, who then burns past Tito, tries to pick out Mella, and he does so, playing it in from the flank. Chokuma, back to Aldao. Good control here from Futsal Club Toronto. They're trying to build up patient, but there's a turnover as it's controlled by Pablo Hempelman. He gets past the first defender, dribbles down towards the goal line, pulls it back out front, lets the right-footed strike go. It's off a red player and out for a North Toronto Nitros kick-in. As a couple of substitutions for each team, Noah Pereira into the match, and he controls the ball as he plays it over to Thorogood. Back to Pereira. Pereira's got one of the 4 goals here today as it's played ahead to Vukas. Thorogood touched ahead, intended for Tito, but the ball off his foot and out for a Futsal Club Toronto kick-in. Back to Mella. Tries to thread the needle with that pass, but it's picked off by Pereira, who then in turn can't play it to his man, and it's possession to Futsal Club Toronto. Aldao plays it into Mella, takes the space in front of him before laying it off to Galati. He's challenged by Pereira. Coming up with the ball is Fukas, and then he gets hammered down, and that's going to be a caution coming up here to Matteo Galati. So first yellow of the afternoon, of the morning, for Futsal Club Toronto, as Pereira stands over top the ball for the free kick. Tadeo Vukas providing the net front presence. Thorogood out top. Tito out wide. Played in by Pereira. That's blocked by Mella. He tries to turn up the floor. He gets chopped down, and a free kick here with Mella having some choice words after that. And we've got a penalty here. So let's see what Xavier Sinsoon can do on this penalty, as Futsal Club Toronto have an opportunity to get on the board here, down 4-0. 7:19 left in the first. Xavier Sinsoon stands over top the ball. The keeper, Patricio Hempelman, stands tall in the net with a smile on his face. Sinsoon strikes the ball, and he scores! Xavier Sinsoon gets his team on the board, and then Hempelman throws him into the goal. Maybe a little bit of theatrics there, but certainly Hempelman put his arms around Sinsoon, who scores the penalty, and as he tries to collect the ball, gets thrown into the net. And a caution will be shown here to Patricio Hempelman. So a statement goal from Sinsoon. And the caution to the keeper, Hempelman. Great composure there shown by Sinsoon, who confidently stepped up and struck that penalty with the right foot into the back of the goal. And Futsal Club Toronto have scored their first goal in this gold medal match at the Ontario Winter Games 2020 edition, coming to you live in Aurelia. Good touch here. Vukas maybe should have taken the strike after receiving the pass. He tried to feed one more pass back, and then the ball knocked out of play as Vukas quickly touches in for Pereira, but they whistle it down for an infraction, and Even though the ball ended up in the back of the net, it'll be retaken. Fucus plays it in. Pereira tries the strike. That's off a defender and out for the corner. Fucus tries to pick out Pereira, but he gives it away to Galati. Matteo Galati tries to bring the ball across half. He gets clipped. Nothing doing. And the ball rolls out for a possession to North Toronto Nitro screenkeeper Patricio Hempelman. Hempelman throws it out. Vukas tries to sell the foul. Nothing doing. Mella takes the ball up with numbers in transition. Tries to draw it back for Galati. He still has it. Shot right on. Good save. Rebound goes right back out to Mella. He plays it over to Sinsoon. Tries to walk in from the goal line. Second opportunity after the first save. And the ball will go to the keeper, Hempelman. All good pressure and a good few opportunities there for Futsal Club Toronto. But that time, the keeper, Patricio Hempelman, makes a collection of big saves. Tito goes back to the keeper, Hempelman, who plays it out. And an infraction here will give a free kick to Futsal Club Toronto in a very dangerous position on the floor. 6:08 remaining in the half as Matteo Galati and Andreas Aldo stand over top the ball. Looks like Aldo will likely make the play from the ball as three green defenders stand alongside the keeper Hempelman. Aldao sends over top. Shot by Galati. It's saved by Hempelman and out for a corner. Aldao provided the dummy. Nearly got Hempelman to flinch, but he did well to make the save. Picks out Galati from the corner. Steps in with his right foot. Lets the shot go, but that's off a defender and out for another corner. This time, Sinsoon, with 6 minutes remaining, tries to pick out Schiller, who lets the volley go. It's off the defender and in the back of the goal. Max Schiller gets Futsal Club Toronto right back in this. It's now 4-2. And a timeout called by North Toronto Nitro Screen. So a nice response from Futsal Club Toronto with 2 consecutive goals. And we stand at a 4-2 game with 5:56 remaining in the first half. Coming back from the timeout, it'll be Noah Pereira over top the ball for North Toronto Nitro Screen. As we restart the action with under 6 minutes to go. Macarone plays it over to Tito. Tries to get it past Galati, but it's knocked out, and it'll be possession to North Toronto Nitro Screen. Tito plays it over to Macarone. Macarone returns it to Tito right in front of us as he goes back over to Macarone. Picks out Pereira, gets past Aldao, who then commits the foul, and it'll be a free kick to North Toronto Nitro Screen. Played ahead. Vukas tries to, oh, what a great touch as he finds Pereira, who then tried to chip that one, and he sent it way too high and out of play. Bernardino tosses it out. Ahead to to Sinsoon, who lost the ball to Macarone. Now Pereira has it. And it's taken away by Aldao. Galati. Schiller plays it over to Aldao, who in turn finds Sinsoon. Schiller, who's got the last goal here for Futsal Club Toronto, a well-executed set piece from the corner where Sinsoon skied it over to the far side, and Schiller stepped up with the volley. It went off a defender and in the back of the net, and That's why we stand at a 4-2 scoreline as that ball goes down the floor and it's controlled by the keeper Hempelman, who then plays it out. It's picked off by Aldao, tries to pick out Sinsoon, who was moving the wrong direction, and it's out for a North Toronto Nitros touch. Pablo Hempelman, who's got one of the 4 goals, gets set to come back into the match as his brother Patricio gives the ball away to Galati, and then it's knocked out for a Futsal Club Toronto restart. As coming back into the match now is Aaron Mella. He receives the ball and plays it over to Sinsoon. Touched ahead for Schiller. Schiller tries to burn past Tito, but he's defended well, and it's a Futsal Club Toronto touch-in. Sinsoon. Mella received the pass from Galati, tries to dance around Pereira, but Pereira solid defensively. Plays it back to Galati, and in turn touches to Sinsoon. Mella picks out Schiller as the defender stepped up, misplayed the ball, but it's back to the keeper Hempelman, who just gets it away before Galati got on top of him. Galati receives it, big save there by Hempelman as Galati let the left-footed strike fly right in front of the keeper. Mella, who teed up that last chance for Galati. Mella tries to pick out Schiller. That's defended well by Tito, and now the team in green tried to turn up the field, but the pass too far away from Pereira, and it's out of touch with 3:44 remaining. Oh, a miscue on the restart there from Futsal Club Toronto. They give possession away. Macarone takes it, plays it back to Tito, as Sinsoon stands in front of him. Touched in on the play from Macarone, that one out, and it'll be controlled by the keeper, Bernardino. He throws it out, Sinsoon, with Tito on his back. Tito takes the ball away, plays ahead for Vukas. Oh, beautiful tap in. What composure. What maturity shown on that goal by the captain, Vukas. He probably could have put it in himself, but he makes the pass to Pereira, and Noah Pereira gets his second of the match, making it 5-2 for North Toronto Nitros Green. Sinsoon plays in, and a restart will have to be done here as the ball did not go forward. Schiller. That's off of Pereira and out for a Futsal Club Toronto play-in as over top the ball playing it in is Puchovert. He plays it back to Pereira, over to Schiller. Ahead for Sinsoon, but Macarone defends well and knocks it out of touch. Schiller tries to pick out Mella. That's intercepted by the captain, Vukas. Gets past the defender, but he's tripped up in doing so. And I believe we're going to have a penalty here. And Bernardino, the keeper, kicks the net in frustration of the call. Nope, just a free kick and a caution shown to Aaron Mella, who commits the... check that. It was Puchovert who committed the foul. Pablo Hempelman stands over top the ball. The keeper, Bernardino, positions his wall. It's a staggered wall with Schiller and Puchovert providing the defensive presence. Hempelman, right-footed strike. Oh, what a goal! He freezes the keeper, and Hempelman gets his second of the match on a brilliantly struck free kick. 6-2, North Toronto Nitros Green lead here in the Under-18 Boys Cup Final of the Ontario Futsal Cup Finals at the 2020 Ontario Winter Games. Puchovert plays it back to Mella. Futsal Club Toronto trying to rebound after that last conceded goal from the set piece. Hempelman takes it back. The keeper, Bernardino, comes off his line and then throws ahead as that was intended for Costa, who's into the match for the first time. But it was defended well by Macarone. Puchovert plays ahead to Schiller, who goes back to Puchovert, but it's out of touch. And we'll get a kick in for North Toronto Nitros Green. Shrimpton into the match. Macarone out. Schiller out of the match, and Moschetta back in for Futsal Club Toronto. Vukas plays it out wide to Hempelman. Back to Vukas. Defended closely by Puchovert. Stepping up there defensively is Costa, but they feed the pass through to Pereira. Pereira then finds Shrimpton tight to the goal, but it's out of touch, and it'll be a throw-in for the keeper, Bernardino. Sends the long ball up the pitch. It's off the head of Costa and into the arms of Hempelman, who then bowls it out for Pereira. Pereira gets past the defensive challenge in Mella. Back in front for Pereira, and he just missed finishing that off for the hat trick. Shrimpton did well to feed the ball back in front for Pereira, and he just missed on the finishing touch. As it's controlled by Moschetta. He plays it back for Mella. Tries to force it through. It's knocked down by Pereira. Vukas. Back to Hempelman. Hempelman, with pressure coming from Costa, steps around that challenge. Takes the space in front of him. Great ball through to Vukas, who tries to chip the keeper and just missed on that one. Nice vision and execution by Hempelman to get that pass through. Back into the match is Chokuma. He has the ball for Futsal Club Toronto. A miscue there on the pass from Mella, and it's out for a kick-in for Nitro Screen as it's headed on by Shrimpton, controlled by the keeper Bernardino. Played ahead for Chokuma. Chokuma tries to get around Pereira. No foul as Chokuma got knocked down, and it's out for a kick-in. Ball played over to Vukas. Ahead for Hempelman. Draws it back for Vukas, but before he can get there, it's out of touch. So Futsal Club Toronto will restart with the kick-in as Quintanilla stands over top the ball, but he commits the miscue and turns possession over to Vukas. Pereira, that one went off of Chokuma, but the referees do miss that one, and it'll be a throw-in for the keeper Bernardino as it's controlled by Moschetta. He plays it back to Mella, ahead for Chokuma. Chokuma with pressure on his back from Pereira. Tries to turn and burn, but Pereira knocks it away, and it'll be out for Futsal Club Toronto possession. 59 seconds remaining here in the first half as Mella tries to get through two green defenders, but it's Pereira who comes away with the ball. Vukas gets past the initial challenge of Quintanilla, draws it back, and now it's Shrimpton with possession. Hempelman with 40 seconds remaining tries to feather it through to Vukas. It's a turnover, and here goes Chokuma. Chokuma, his pass gets picked off, and here's a breakaway for Vukas. Vukas one-on-one with the keeper. Tries to chip him. It's off the crossbar, and then Bernardino dives back to scoop up the ball. Chokuma hustled back to try defend as well. Great action there with 20 seconds remaining here in the half. Pereira, Shrimpton. That one out of touch. Clock stops with 16.2 left. As Bernardino, who's showing a little bit of pressure there on his right shoulder, now boots it up the pitch, but essentially just gives it away. And with 12.4 seconds left, it'll be a throw-in for the keeper, Hempelman. He quickly bowls it out for Pereira. 10 seconds remaining. They'll probably just hold. They play it ahead for Hempelman. Shot right on, and a good save there by Bernardino. And with just 3 seconds left, he'll throw it ahead to Chokuma. And the buzzer sounds to end the first half. An intense first half, which sees North Toronto Nitro Screen leading 6-2 over Futsal Club Toronto at the break. Second half action coming up on Ontario Soccer Network as you're tuned into the 2020 Ontario Winter Games and the Under-18 Boys Ontario Futsal Cup Finals. half of action here at the 2020 Ontario Winter Games at the Ontario Futsal Cup Finals in the boys under 18 division. And as we head into the second half of action with Futsal Club Toronto about to kick us off, it's North Toronto Nitro Screen with a 6-2 lead to start the second half of action. As Mela controls, it's now under the possession of Galati. Taken away by Vukas. Moschetta plays it back to Mela. Aaron Mela looking for an option, picks one out in Moschetta, as he plays it over to his keeper, Bernardino. Right-footed ball down the floor, controlled by Sinsoon. Lays it off to Moschetta. Back to Sinsoon. Thought about the strike. Now he tries to force the pass through, but it's picked off by Thorgood, who takes it up the floor in transition. Thorgood, a little heavy touch. He keeps it in play, and there it's out for a corner. So the kick-in will come for North Toronto Nitro Screen as Ethan Thorgood does a good job to bring the ball up in transition. Defended well there by Moschetta, and now it's Galati taking the ball up the pitch for the team in red. Physical play there as Galati shields off the tackle and then let the left-footed strike fly that just missed as it went out for a corner off the defender. Moschetta tries to put one high in the air, and that's blocked. And here goes Hempelman in transition. Pablo Hempelman draws to his left foot, tries to pick in front for Vukas, but it's out of touch, and it'll be a throw-in for the keeper, Bernardino. He bowls it out, intended for Sinsoon. That's intercepted by Thorgood, and now under the possession of Pereira. Thorgood, nice pass through to Vukas, tries to turn past Moschetta, but defended well there by the Futsal Club Toronto midfielder as Moschetta brings the ball across half, and he lays it off to Sinsoon. Sinsoon touches over to Galati. Defended by Pereira, who pokes it away, but it's controlled by Mela. Galati tries to turn and burn, gets past the defender, brings it up, left-footed strike, big rebound, and Sinsoon buries it on the second chance. The great first save by Hempelman, but the rebound right there for Sinsoon, and it's a 6-3 game as Xavier Sinsoon gets his second goal of the match. Sinsoon earns himself a talking to from the official for that effort, but that's just a nose for the net as he was right there to pounce on the rebound, putting it past the helpless Hempelman. As Patricio Hempelman plays it out, it's controlled by Thorgood, who plays it over to Vukas. Touched ahead for Pereira. Going to the floor was Sinsoon, but he comes away with the ball, and it's Galati who turns up the flank, and that's knocked out for a North Toronto Nitro Screen kick-in. Played just under 2 minutes of the second half, and North Toronto Nitro Screen have scored the only goal so far in the frame. Futsal Club Toronto scored the only goal of the frame as it came just moments ago from Xavier Sinsoon. Hempelman tried to burn up the line. That was knocked out, and it'll be kicked in here by Vukas as Pereira got caught up in the feet of Mela. Referees just wave it on, nothing doing. As it's back to Thorgood. Plays it back to the keeper, Hempelman. Thorgood, he's got time and space as he brings the ball up. Thought about the right-footed strike. Lays it off to Pereira, whose shot was, I think, the defender, Mela, got a piece of it, and it's a kick in from the corner as Hempelman plays it out to Vukas. Pereira picks out Pablo Hempelman. Thorgood. Back to the keeper, Patricio Hempelman. Thorgood over to Pablo Hempelman. His touch picked off by Sinsoon. With his right foot, he tries to draw an open shooting lane, but ends up turning over possession. And Thorgood will kick it into his keeper, Hempelman. Thorgood checking up the floor for an option. He lays it off to Pablo Hempelman. Vukas, the captain, receives the ball. With Schiller on his back, he plays it back to Hempelman. Hempelman takes the space in front of him, but ends up with a heavy touch and gives it away to Moschetta as he tries to get past Hempelman, who then wins the ball back. Hempelman splits a D and earns a foul in the process, and a free kick will come here with 13 played in the second half. Pereira lays it back to Thorgood, who played the ball in from the free kick. Pereira, Thorgood. Pereira, Nitro screen, patient in their approach here, and that's what got them the early lead. They were up 4-0 at one point. As here goes Futsal Club Toronto in transition. Schiller receives the pass. Right-footed strike, that gets blocked out, and it'll be a kick-in for Futsal Club Toronto. Moschetta plays the ball back to Mella. Schiller out wide. Mella tries to shield away from Pereira, who pokes it loose, and now Vukas takes it up the pitch. He tries to sell a foul, but nothing doing, and it'll be possession to Futsal Club Toronto. Moschetta out of the match. Coming in his place is David Quintanilla. Ball played up the flank. Thorgood will shield that, and it'll go out for a throw to the Nitros keeper, Hempelman. Hempelman tosses it up the pitch. Mella defending on Vukas. Coming away with the ball is Quintanilla. Schiller, he's got time and space in front of him. Macarone defending. Schiller pulls it back. And he knocks it out, and the ball will go to North Toronto Nitro screen. Tito checks back into the match as the captain, Vukas, favoring his right lower body. We'll keep an eye, and hopefully it's nothing serious there. As the ball out of touch, and Nitros will earn the kick-in. Pereira over top the ball. Plays it in for Macarone. Quintanilla defending. Mella steps in to take the ball away as he tries to tow it around the end line with Macarone there. Nice job to get it to Quintanilla. It's turned over though as Tito takes possession. Ball knocked out by Pereira, and it's a kick-in for Futsal Club Toronto. Played up the line, but Thorgood steps in to intercept, plays it over to Pereira, draws back in front. Oh my goodness! What a missed opportunity there for Macarone. He was all alone with just the keeper to beat and couldn't even find the target. But North Toronto Nitro screen leading 6-3, and they're right back on the attack. As Macarone centers, and that time they bury it! Noah Pereira with his third of the match as he celebrates with his teammates on the hat-trick goal. And it's 7-3, North Toronto Nitro screen. The goal set up by the pass of Macarone. Pereira left all alone in front, and he taps it in for the hat-trick. Mella. Tito steps up to intercept the pass. He's got possession here along the near flank, tries to step around Mella, but he defends that well, and it's out of play. Kick in where Tito finds Shrimpton. Shrimpton tries to back down Schiller. Pereira plays it back to Tito. Aldao shielding on top of Tito. He plays it over to Macarone. Closed down by Sinsoon. Back to the keeper, Hempelman. Right-footed ball finds Pereira, but he can't bring it down, and it's out for a throw to the keeper, Bernardino. Bernardino sends it long up the pitch, intended for Sinsoon, but he can't bring it down, and now Hempelman just gives it away to Mella. Aldao turns, looking for an option, finds one in Sinsoon. Sinsoon steps over the ball, trying to draw Macaron. He breaks his ankles there, centers in front. Oh, what a beautiful goal! Aldao finishes it off, but how about that skill play from Xavier Sinsoon to set it up? And Futsal Club Toronto cut the lead back to 3 as it's now 7-4. Andreas Aldao with the easy tap in, but the ankle's broken by the step over of Sinsoon. And with that, Macarone finds himself speaking to the trainer, getting those ankles taped up because that was a burn of a play by Sinsoon. And here's a turnover which sees Vukas take the ball in, but that's knocked away by Aldao. What a great goal. Wow. Back to the keeper, Hempelman. Oh, he gives it away to Sinsoon. Left-footed strike. Oh, he just misses. Hempelman gets a piece of it to keep it out. Sinsoon, who's already got 2 in the match and set up that last goal. There he gives it away, and it's Pereira who takes it up the near side flank. Touched over to Shrimpton. His shot attempt blocked by the diving Schiller. Great defensive presence there from Futsal Club Toronto. Mella wants a foul for impediment, nothing doing, and the ball out to the keeper, Hempelman, as he throws it short to Tito. 13-15 remaining here in the second half. As the gutsy effort from Schiller, and he tries to shake it off here on the bench as the ball played in from Vukas, and it's off a defender and out for a corner. We'll keep an eye on Schiller as he's provided some good energy for Futsal Club Toronto. Ball played in, it's controlled by Tito. He plays it over to the corner for Vukas, but it's out of touch, and a throw kick in here for Futsal Club Toronto as Vincent Chokuma gets set to come into the match. Aldao, who got the last goal for Futsal Club, plays it ahead through through Mella as Galati gets knocked off the ball, but no foul. Tito plays it to Pereira. Back to Tito. Tries to pick out Shrimpton in the corner. It's turned over. Mella plays it ahead. Hempelman way out to make that defensive play. And now, with Galati down, the long strike from the keeper Bernardino was whistled down before it went out of play, and Matteo Galati will get checked out here by the medical staff. 12:43 remaining in the second half as you're tuned into the 2020 Ontario Winter Games and the Under-18 Boys Ontario Futsal Cup Finals. North Toronto Nitro Screen with a 7-4 lead right now over Futsal Club Toronto, but a lot of positive talk on the Futsal Club Toronto bench just over to our left. A little frustration, but the guys seem to have the composure to potentially pull off this comeback. And they've been fighting hard since going down 4-0 in the match. They've kept clawing their way back. A little bit of ball luck and some incredible skill at times as well. And we've got a 3-goal differential in this match with just under 13 minutes remaining in match time. Galati continues to get checked out by the training staff. As hopefully for the sake of Futsal Club Toronto, the potential injury to Galati isn't anything too serious. It came from the collision on the play for the ball with the keeper, Hempelman. And it wasn't an overly nasty looking collision. They tried to avoid each other, but Hempelman stepped in to play the ball, and they just got tangled up with each other. It looks like Galati's favoring his lower body here as well. But he's able to step up on his own strength, and he'll be helped over to the bench as he certainly picked up a lower body injury in that collision. And again, hopefully nothing serious here for the young man, Matteo Galati. Coming in his place right now is Sebastian Puchelvert, as Bernardino will pick up the ball for the restart. Mella played it to Aldao, and then Mella plays it up the pitch, but it's taken away by Tito, and then quickly retained by Aldao. He's got Chokuma with him. Aldao lets the strike go, but Pereira there defensively knocks it out for the corner. Andreas Aldao tries to find Chokuma in front, but that's into the hands of Hempelman, who bowls it out to Tito. It's now picked off by Mella. Mella trying to turn in transition here. Right-footed strike, and that one out for a throw, as the ball will go to the keeper, Hempelman. Hempelman bowls it in for Tito, who then turns it to Pereira. Up the pitch for Vukas. Puchovert on his back, able to knock it away, and then Aldao gets clipped by Vukas, and it'll be a free kick for Futsal Club Toronto. Futsal Club Toronto play it over to Aldao, who in turn tries to find Chokuma, but it's out of touch off a green jersey. Vincent Chokuma will leave the kick in for Aldao as he plays it back to Mella. Puchovert with Tito on his back, turns past him, but then Vukas steps in to make the tackle, and he gets hauled down and a foul against Puchovert. Vukas down right now in some discomfort, holding his left leg right around the knee area, as he sustained a knock earlier in this match as well, but Vukas able to shake this one off, and the free kick will come as Tito stands over top the ball for North Toronto Nitro Screen, leading 7-4 with 11:50 remaining in the match. Tito loses possession but gets fouled by Puchovert, and the two show a moment of good sportsmanship there, and it'll be a free kick once again for North Toronto Nitro Screen. Got a bit of a confrontation along the sideline there between some fans, as things are starting to turn a little bit ugly in the gym between supporters of the teams. This is pretty wild. I mean, things just kind of spilled over on the floor and interrupted the game, and it seems like family members from each team getting involved here. Well, it's certainly heated on the floor, and I guess the opposing fan bases have had enough of each other. I mean, this is kind of spilling over all over the gym. This is going to be really difficult to contain and identify exactly where the issue is, but clearly the fans feeling uneasy and maybe even a little threatened as the venue volunteers and staff try to address the situation along the sidelines and remove the troublemakers from the vicinity. Wild. Like, just wild stuff. I don't think I've ever witnessed something like that in person. You see it sometimes with viral videos. I don't think this will go viral. We certainly didn't see any melee or anything, but definitely some right up in your grill shouting, so things were definitely heated there. I think a big part of it may have been the North Toronto Nitros Red group, as they seem to be over there. Not to finger point anyone, because I'm not suggesting that they started anything, but they've been a vocal presence here cheering on their brother club, North Toronto Nitro Screen. Well, the passion bucket overflows there as cooler heads will prevail, and eventually we'll restart this match. Hard to say when, as... Alright, it seems like we're just about ready to get back to the action after a really crazy moment there, which saw fans from both fan bases, both sidelines, spill over onto the floor. But we're ready to get the action on the floor back here, as the free kick will be taken by North Toronto Nitro Screen player Tito. Chokuma stands there defensively. Tito draws it back to his keeper, Hempelman. Hempelman plays it ahead for his brother, Pablo Hempelman, who then lays it to Tito, who picks out Shrimpton, who's being defended by Aldao, turns to his left foot, and that strike just went wide. Bernardino had the angle covered, but Aldao Tries to step through the duo of green jerseys, and the Nitros Green coaching staff going irate, saying there should be a caution for diving, and with their protest, they earn a warning from the referee. Good sight here as Max Schiller comes back into the match for Futsal Club Toronto. He picked up a bit of an injury earlier. Not as serious as the one to Galati, but still good to see Schiller back on the floor. As Chokuma chases the ball, and it'll go out for a kick-in for Tito as he plays it back to his keeper, Hempelman. Ball intended for Pablo Hempelman, but that one out of touch. Schiller takes the kick-in as he plays it back to Mella. Vukas over top Mella, who lays it off. As the ball played ahead by Quintanilla, and it's Chokuma who tries to wrestle it free against Vukas. Tito plays it out. It'll be a kick-in now for Quintanilla and Futsal Club Toronto. They play it over to Schiller. Back out wide to Mella. Steps into the middle of the pitch, draws to his right foot, brings it back to the left. Chokuma picks up the ball and he puts it in the back of the net. Oh, what a finish by Vincent Chokuma. He drew the keeper Hempelman off the line. And that makes this a 2-goal match with 10:42 remaining in the second half as Vincent Chokuma scores his first of the day. Macarone over to Tito, who in turn plays it to Hempelman. Vukas tries to get the touch back to Tito, but that's picked off, and here goes Mella. He's got Quintanilla making the run, shielded by Hempelman, and it's out for the goaltender throw. As the keeper tosses it out to his brother Pablo Hempelman, shielded by Schiller. Chokuma comes in as well. Nice job by Hempelman to turn out of that as he plays it over to Vukas. Back to Tito, finds Hempelman. Oh, what a great defensive stance to clear that off the line by Quintanilla. That should have been a goal for Tito. Chokuma deflects that one out. We'll get another kick-in from the corner as Hempelman plays it back to Macarone. Tito being pressured by Chokuma. Tito gets the ball back from Macarone and then loses his footing. Chokuma doesn't like the call. I can understand why. That one looked a little tough, but Quintanilla sells the foul, and it'll be a free kick for North Toronto Nitros Green. 2 substitutions for Futsal Club Toronto as Sinsun and Moschetta come back into this match. 4 fouls for Futsal Club Toronto to 2 here in the second half, attributed to North Toronto Nitros Green as Hempelman stands over top the ball for the free kick, powers it into the wall, which stands tall, and now here goes Mella in transition. He's got Schiller with him, slide tackle taken away by Tito, and now it's a 2-on-0. Vukas to Tito, and he misses. Oh my goodness! Wow! Oh, that could be an integral miss, a crucial moment. If Futsal Club Toronto can come back, Tito will regret missing that one. Oh, wow. Sinsun tries to turn past Hempelman. He gets a green wall in front of him and nothing doing as the ball now played up the pitch, controlled by Schiller. Plays it over to Sinsun. Stepping over the ball, back heel intended for Schiller. He slipped and now it's taken away by Vukas. Vukas, oh, he gets clipped from behind and a yellow coming to Sinsun. And a free kick for North Toronto Nitros Green. One of the Nitros Green coaches asking if that was his second. No, it's Sinsun's first caution, but the 5th team foul here. As with 9:26 remaining in the half, Hempelman stands over top the ball. 2-player wall sets up to defend this kick. As Bernardino a few feet off his line, Vukas at the far post. Hempelman drills it, it's off the wall and out for a corner. Macarone gets set to take the set piece, plays it in, and Bernardino able to scoop that up. He plays it ahead now for Sinsun, but it's kicked away by Hempelman, and that's out of touch for a Futsal Club Toronto kick-in. Pereira gets set to come back into this match as Sinsoon plays it over to Moschetta. Draws it back for Mella. Mella touches ahead for Sinsoon. Moschetta. Schiller. Back to Moschetta. Sinsoon tries to turn away from Tito as North Toronto Nitro Screen defending well right now. And they cause a turnover as Vukas takes it away from Mella. And then Mella does well to hook it back. Oh no, it just went across the line. But good effort there from Aaron Mella. Macaron plays it back to Tito. Hempelman to the other Hempelman as Pablo tries to burn past Moschetta. Plays it up the pitch for Macarone as the keeper Bernardino was well out to challenge, but now it's collected by Schiller. Schiller lays it off to Sinsoon, who in turn plays it back to Mella. A reminder that we've got one more broadcast coming up today as a brilliant slide tackle there from Vukas, but in doing so he knocks the ball out. I don't think it's a foul. I think it's just out of touch there. Well, as I was saying, a reminder that at 2 p.m. we've got the women's under-18 gold medal match in the Ontario Futsal Cup Finals as you're tuned in to the 2020 Ontario Winter Games. Max Schiller over top the ball, tries to hook it in. It's off of Vukas and out for a corner. 8:13 remaining in the second half as Futsal Club Toronto pulling Bernardino, the keeper, out as another defender here for set-piece opportunities. He's going to have to hustle back to his net, though, as the ball taken away by Vukas. It's retained, however, by Schiller. Tries to get past Tito, left-footed cross in, but he couldn't get that goal bound, and it's out for a throw. Quickly bowled in by Hempelman. He just gives it away as Futsal Club Toronto will have possession at the half. Aldao plays it in from the half line to Mella. Uses the keeper Bernardino, who's out wide. Mella, as they try press here, down by 2 with under 8 minutes remaining. Aldao plays it back to Mella, over to the keeper Bernardino. Tried the right-footed strike, it's blocked by Pereira. Bernardino back to Mella. Mella, Aldao. Mella, patient here, our Futsal Club Toronto, not trying to force anything. As Sinsoon plays it over to Aldao, who tries to pick out Schiller at the far post, but that's picked off. Intercepted by Pereira, who takes it up the line, and then he chops down Mella, and that's going to be a foul and a caution here to Pereira, and that's his first of the match as well. 7:23 remaining. Mella over top the ball for the free kick. Aldao the short option, and he plays it in. Andreas Aldao, who's got one of the goals here for Futsal Club Toronto, lays it back to Mella. The keeper Bernardino controls. Back to Mella. Picks out Aldao. Out top to Mella. Not a lot of movement by the attackers, Schiller or Sinsoon. And North Toronto Nitro Screen content just to let Mella stand out top with it. As he picks up Bernardino making the run. Back to Aldao, that shot blocked. And then Tito's strike from distance, chested down by Mella. He does well to step around the challenge of Hempelman. Tito had thoughts of taking advantage of the empty net, but it was well blocked by Mella, who once again sets up. He lays it off to Bernardino. Chips it over to Mella. He's got to bring it down with Pereira putting pressure. Played over to Aldao, who unable to keep it in. As it'll be controlled by North Toronto Nitro Screen keeper Patricio Hempelman. Played over now to Tito by way of Macarone. Tito ahead for Pereira. Back to Tito, making the run up. Plays it over to Pablo Hempelman, who fires it in the bottom corner. And he makes it a 3-goal spread as Pablo Hempelman gets his third of the match. And it's 8-5 North Toronto Nitro's green with 6:08 remaining here in the second half of play. Calm, cool, collected Pablo Hempelman fires it past the helpless Bernardino for that extra insurance marker as Sinsoon takes possession, laying it off to Aldao. Mella. Mella draws it. Now he plays it over to Bernardino, who goes right back to Aaron Mella. Taking the space in front of him, Mella pulls it back to lay it off to Bernardino. Mella makes the pass over to Aldao. Back to Mella. Finds Bernardino. Steps in, right-footed strike, and he couldn't quite get over top that enough to get it on target. Bowled out short by Hempelman to Macarone, and then it's off of Pereira and out for, check that, it's actually a foul against Pereira, and a timeout called here by Hugo Rodriguez and Futsal Club Toronto. They trail by 3 with 5.5 minutes remaining in the half. As you're tuned in to the 2020 Ontario Winter Games and the Under-18 Boys Ontario Futsal Cup Finals. All right, coming out of the timeout, Futsal Club Toronto play the ball in from the touchline as it's controlled by Sinsoon. Down by 3, 5:20 remaining in the half as they play it back to Mella. Structured in their approach here, they know they have to chip away at this lead. Mella, with control of the ball, plays it over to the keeper, Bernardino. They've pulled the keeper, and they'll keep him in every attacking opportunity they can here. Essentially a power play as Bernardino receives the pass from Mella, tries to get past Hempelman. The left-footed strike goes wide. Patricio Hempelman bowled it out to Pablo Hempelman, but now it's Macarone with possession. Lays it off to Vukas as he tries to turn up the line past Puchovert. Vukas still with the ball, stepped into by Aldao, controlled by Pereira, off of Aldao and out for a Nitro screen kick-in, where it's played to Vukas. He can't hold possession. Aldao gets hauled down, and a caution coming here to Tadiha Vukas. As Vukas hauling down Aldao after he had turned past him. And with 4:39, as from the kick-in, it's controlled by Mella. Interesting point raised by Aldao and the coach that some of the fouls had been missed as they're added to the scoreboard. Aldao shot right on, and that's controlled by Hempelman, who tries to pick the open net, and the keeper does it! The keeper, Patricio Hempelman, scores a goal to make it 9-5. Well, Futsal Club Toronto had to be aggressive by keeping the keeper out. Mella had his head down and didn't realize that Hempelman was going for the chip, and the keeper gets the goal. As the task at hand for Futsal Club Toronto just got even greater. Nice job there by Bernardino to slide and keep the ball in play to knock it back to Mella as he patiently controls it. They got to find a way to get Sinsoon back involved here, as now they lay it off to Xavier Sinsoon. He plays it back to Aldao, who touches over to Mella. Mella over to Aldao. Right-footed strike, and that's cleared away by Macarone. Empty net again, this time Pablo Hempelman. His shot gets blocked on a good effort by Mella. Foul committed, or no, sorry, ball out of touch, I think. Either way, it'll be a kick in here for North Toronto Nitro Screen as Macarone plays it over to Hempelman. Back to Pereira. Played ahead for Vukas, turns, opens up the lane for Hempelman, back to Vukas, and it's in the back of the net. Tadia Vukas with the easiest goal he'll ever score, but some good passing sets it up, and it's now 10-5. As this game, which was once just a 3-goal spread not moments ago, is now a 10-5 advantage for North Toronto Nitro Screen. As we get a goaltending change for Futsal Club Toronto now into the match. Ali Gambarov. As the ball taken away by Tito, it's controlled by Vukas. Vukas chased down, and nice back work by Costa to come away with the ball. Mella takes possession, tries to get past Thorogood. Taken away by the defender. Aldao steps in to retain possession for Futsal Club Toronto, who still have 2:55 here left in the match, but they now trail by a 5-goal spread. Certainly not impossible, but a very difficult task at hand here. Pulchavera plays it over to Costa, who in turn goes back to the new keeper, Gambarov. Mella has it off his feet and out for a Nitro Screen kick-in. Shrimpton can't control. Aldao will take possession. Mella. Held in by Puchelvert as he steps past the challenge of Pereira before laying it off to Aldao. Tripped up was Costa. That's going to be a free kick here for Futsal Club Toronto. Ball received by Quintanilla as he plays it over to Puchelvert. Touched ahead, nice one too, as Puchelvert received it back from Aldao. And now he turns it back to Aldao. Costa, he has that pass picked off by Tito, controlled by Pereira. He chips it, and it's in! Noah Pereira with his 4th goal. And it's 11-5 as North Toronto Nitro Screen want to make sure they lock up the gold medal here today in the 2020 Ontario Winter Games Ontario Futsal Cup Finals. 2:08 remaining in the half and in the match. As Schiller, his ball picked off by Vukas, but knocked out of touch. Puchelvert to Schiller, who plays it ahead, as it's controlled by Quintanilla. David Quintanilla checks for an option, lays it off to Puchelvert, who under pressure does well to keep it in, with Vukas on his back. Touched ahead for Schiller. Puchelvert finds Costa. He tries to turn away from Shrimpton. Pereira steps in on the challenge, and that's out for a Futsal Club Toronto kick-in. 1:33 remaining as Schiller takes the ball up the far flank. Tries to get past Tito. Tries to cross it back in, but defended well, and it's out for a corner. Schiller, his ball knocked away by Tito, controlled now by Puchelvert. Gambarov plays ahead for Quintanilla. Tito steps in to take it away. Tries to burn past him, but gives it up to Schiller, who then does well to step through the challenge. Right-footed strike, that's parried away. The rebound to Costa, and he puts it over top the goal. As we're going to get a timeout here, or in a moment or so, for North Toronto Nitro Screen, as they will buzzer it down now. No, it's a corner, so we'll wait for the timeout. Back to Schiller. He lets it go, and Hempelman did well to collect it without giving up a rebound. Shrimpton tries to feed it through. That's blocked. Tito. Vukas. Not sure what Tito was going for there. He lays it off to Pereira, who in turn plays it ahead for Shrimpton, defended by Costa. Shrimpton on his right foot tries to draw past the keeper, but Gambarov makes the save. And now we'll get the timeout to North Toronto Nitro Screen. So with 40 seconds remaining here in the half, one more timeout and a 6-goal spread favoring North Toronto Nitro Screen. We're just about to restart the action, and a pretty impressive scene there on the Futsal Club Toronto bench. As a lot of positive messages there from their coach Hugo Rodriguez and the team itself. Certainly this match didn't go the way they would have hoped in the end. The final score a little deceiving as Max Schiller tries to wrestle the ball away from the keeper Hempelman. He gets a bit of a shoulder in, but it's out for a Futsal Club Toronto kick in, and then it's cleared off the line by Pereira. Again, the final score here definitely going to be deceiving. This was not a 6-goal spread of a match. It was really more of a 2-3 goal game most of the match. And you got to give Futsal Club Toronto a ton of credit for, despite going down early 4-0, clawing their way back and making one heck of a game of this gold medal final here, as Costa keeps the ball in play. Final 10 seconds, draws it back to Puchovert, as that's out of touch. Well, an impressive performance by both teams, but in the end, it's North Toronto Nitro Screen that get the best here today. The final score, 11-5, as they are your 2020 Ontario Winter Games and Ontario Futsal Cup champions in the under-18 boys division. Folks, we want to thank you for tuning in this morning for this finals match, and remind you that at 2 p.m. we have our next final when we turn to the under-18 women's division for that game. Once again, the final score, North Toronto Nitro Screen 11, Futsal Club Toronto 5. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at 2 p.m.